sacrifice.
Did you hear that awful cry? Did you hear that awful cry? What should I do? I'm next. I can't bear to think of the pain. How terrible it must be. He is called Magusa, an evil sorcerer who devours human sacrifices. Help me! I hear footsteps! Magusa's henchmen have come! No! 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 Wait! Please! No! How I'd wished I could keep my power from view. Oh no, my secret's discovered. So much for my great escape. I couldn't tell anybody that I was reading that book. I was almost there. I was so close to learning Magusa's secret.
You there! Yeah, you! Over here! You must read me next. It's your destiny. Did you just see how that last one died? Hurry up and hide me, you idiot, before Magusa discovers me! Whoa! That hurt, you bumbling fool! Calm down, you spineless half-wit. I am Libron. I am a book, and a fine one at that. I am the journal of a certain sorcerer. But I am no ordinary journal. You can revisit my contents in Phantom Quests. Go on, have a peek.
We are companions. We walk this blood-stained road together. Why are you so restless? Well, what a stupid question. I am Magus. I am your companion, am I? Stay focused. Good. Our work here is done. You are not injured, I trust. Enemy is strong. We must be on our guard. Price must have paid. No choice! Behold the Black Rite!
Well, how did it feel to relive the past? What you saw was recreated from the journal. You met Magusar, I presume. Back before he went positively mad. No, you're not dreaming. This is just what I do. Every secret is written within me. To find the answers, read me to the end. I even tell the secrets of Magusar. Study the journal closely, and you may think of a way out of this terrible mess. You'd be the first to succeed. The rest have failed miserably, I'm afraid. Submit to Magusar or seek liberation. These are your only choices. Go on now, keep reading, for that is your only hope. Magusar consumes sacrifices like food. They must provide plenty of nutrition, because sacrifices keep him immortal.
Rise, or this will be your resting place.
I had been caught off guard, knocked cold by a monster. The woman mocked my vulnerability, my oafishness with cruel insults. Yet we had only just met.
Do anything to slow me down, you'll be the first to die.
Her name was Sautiara, and she was displeased at being my partner. It is the stone-cold truth. Many, taking the ordeal, forfeit their lives.
Stay the hell awake or die! Don't even think of bloody saving it! Don't even think of bloody saving it!
Sautiara grinned, flashing her teeth after routing the goblins. It was the first time I saw her smile. I told her that she looked better when she was angry. She almost killed me for that. But little did I know that I would never see her smile again. And worse, the memory of her smile would haunt me forever.
Wait! I almost forgot. This journal can be altered slightly. Only certain special pages, of course. Here, let me show you. This is a portrait of a previous sorcerer. But this is a portrait that can be retouched, thus changing the appearance of the sorcerer in the stories. You know, no one remembers the name of this long-lost sorcerer. But we can't very well leave it blank. Fill in your own name, will you? This person belongs to the distant past. No one will mind if you smudge them out of existence. Look, you're going to love this. Wipe the moisture around my eye. That droplet on the tip of your finger, it can be put to great use. You can use it to erase portions of the records within me. But only parts of them, mind you. New droplets will form again in time. Check back now and then. Oh, and by the way, these are not tears, you miserable...
Half of those who attempt the Sorcerer's ordeal will die. This was perhaps the only thing we knew for sure. The grueling Sorcerer's ordeal is administered by Avalon. By passing the ordeal, one could join the society and become a fully fledged sorcerer. She was just another person who signed up along with me.
Follow my lead. Death to all.
Anything I told her fell upon deaf ears. But I knew this could work in my favor. I was wise to keep my distance, so that I could be done with her when the time came. And we both knew that eventually that time would come. Better not to get too attached.
Follow in my wake. Slow me down and I'll be coming after you next. Put the bloody thing out of its misery. Slow me down and I'll be coming after you next. Make a sacrifice. Slow me down and I'll be coming up next. What the hell are you playing at?
Sautiara mercilessly pounded away at the slaughtered monster. It was dead beyond any doubt. I tried to stop her, but she glared at me enraged, saying,
Get in my way, and you will be next.
It was nightfall. As we sat warming ourselves at the bonfire, I heard a sob. Sautiara was weeping, clutching her right arm. The blight. A deformation of the right arm, the price we sorcerers pay to wield magic. The sight of her tears brought pangs to my heart. I gently caressed her back in solace. Her sobs echoed in the dark of night. I could only imagine her pain as my hand rested upon her sobbing frame.
You know that woman who appears in the journal? You would be wise to watch her closely. She'll have an impact on our altar.
The arm smarts. It was an odd expression, but Sautiara spoke of her bloodlust thus. This monster was once human. A sorcerer who had misused his magic and transformed himself into a monster. We sorcerers are tasked with the disposal of such lost men. Looking at the beast, Sautiara said,
Don't think, kill.
it was an order. As if I needed to be told. We all know that sorcerers are in the business of murder.
Don't second-guess yourself. Murder is what we're here for.
Even think of bloody saving it!
Time to die, idiot. Make it rain. I'll bleed you dry.
Anything but sacrifice! How kind of you!
Is it joy I feel?
can't die. I won't die.
Kill him. That's what
Flaunting the rules, I offered my hand. This monster had taken countless lives. But even so, I had never heard such a sincere thank you. It was a wonderful thing to hear. In the end, we had shirked our duties. I decided at least to relish the moment. We had spared a life, and it was a good thing.
Whatever you learn in these pages will stay with you in this world. Eventually, you will learn to cast magic on your own. Then, you'll have a chance at bringing Magusar to his knees.
Had she lied to me? She had told me from the very beginning.
Beware. I will kill you in an instant, if it furthers my aims.
But then something happened that made me wonder. She shielded me from a monster, as if prepared to die for me. But why? I have no value to one such as her. It made little sense. But whatever the case, it may be harder than I had thought to let this woman die. I was determined to overcome this fight. Why did you look after me? I was dismissed.
Leave me be.
Her tone was not to be trifled with. As she took to her feet, she muttered something.
I felt at peace when I felt your touch.
Is that why she shielded me from that beast? A gentle touch. I meant it as nothing more. She gave me only curt replies.
Shut your mouth. Be quiet, half-wit. Is it death you crave?
Her answers were always the same and never rang true.
That's Sautiara. She keeps her heart under lock and key. But apparently she was pleased when you touched her back. She will soon grow quite close to our dear author. Go on, keep reading, and see for yourself.
It is beyond my control.
That was how she explained the bloodlust within her.
The sight of blood disgusts me.
Sautiara said this with a sigh. She continued despondently.
Yet no one believes me.
I told her that was not true. She calmed herself and said,
Thank you.
We heard a howl from dead ahead. The appointed victim of our, no, my, ordeal. I finally understood my partner, and the ordeal would soon end. I knew this was coming. I knew that our partnership was cursed, and that one of us would have to die.
I am lucky you're my partner. Now, let us be off.
Bloody saving it.
We survived. Half of all who undertake this ordeal forfeit their lives. That much was unmistakable. Indeed, that is why I was careful not to grow too close to Sautiara. But nevertheless, the truth was simple. I thought of her as a friend. I realized this was dangerous. My resolve was being tested. My resolve as a sorcerer. There was only one thing to do. I had to make a sacrifice for the ordeal. I had to sacrifice the life of my partner.
Quite a mad indoctrination, was it not? The vile sorcerer's ordeal.
Could you walk over an ally's corpse to achieve your goals?
For that's the sort of metal the ordeal demands. Just one step away from completion.
I had to stop myself from feeling any sense of camaraderie, for such emotions could only get in the way. So much happened on the journey. Sautiara was at once cruel and kind, barbarous and gentle. These memories haunt me. I wish them gone, I do, for they tear away at my heart. My eyes met hers. She probably felt exactly the same as I did. Her memories live on. It is the only consolation there is on this cruel ordeal we faced together.
fighting against you is so trying. Still, it will only take an instant to kill you. Do not pity me.
Sautiara's memories and emotions came flooding through my right arm. Along with something dark and terrifying. It feels like she is still somewhere inside there. Sautiara's bloodlust is now my own. I dread to think of what will become of me, body or mind. And so, I started this journal. My right arm tells me that she is still here. With all of her hatred, all of her sorrow, and a dash of hope. This sensation is all that comforts me. in my loss of a true friend. Several days later, my admittance into Avalon was confirmed. Avalon coordinated sorcerers and their monster extermination. It was here that I met him. The man with eternal life.
Now we inaugurate the author's new life as a bona fide sorcerer. What travels now await you? You will see as more pages become available as phantom quests. This is only a small look into the larger picture. Uh-oh! You're not ready to read the other pages. There are still a few pages that you need to read first.
Sautiara's soul dwells in my right arm. The soul speaks to me in a faint voice. I have decided to jot down what I can make out, so that it may serve as a record, so that someone, somewhere, can one day read of the sorceress Sautiara.
There is no denying that I was insane. It was triggered when I discovered the secret of my birth. Defiled as I was, I came to despise the world and envy all within it. What an abhorrent woman I became. Detesting all the world offered, selfishness led to self-loathing. Deep within me, I nurtured a hideous monstrosity known as bloodlust. When we first became partners, you too were a target of my hate. With your righteous manner, you were everything I was not. Of course, I was terribly alone, living as I had for so long. I had never known a single friend. Until I met you. When you patted my back, that alone eased my suffering beyond measure. I felt happiness. If we had met under different circumstances, we could have been... No, that's unlike me. I allowed myself to imagine what could never be. And so I bear you no ill will. Although my life was spoiled by hatred, in my final moments, I felt what it means to be human. Thank you. However, I must apologize. My bloodlust has now passed into your right arm. Therein lies the terrible monstrosity reared deep within my soul. Until my dying breath, I prayed for only that.
That's enough for now. We'll continue this story later. Good things come to those who wait. I've come up with a few more pages of phantom quests. They should be very engrossing.